Hello, my friend. Welcome to the study. There's a notebook I've got here that I've had for some years. And over the years, I've added all of my Latin grammar notes, tried to collate them in different sections with examples that I found in texts or examples that I found in grammar books or any kind of text I was reading. And you can see that I put little tags with labels. And I wanted to organize this a bit better and make it a little bit more easily referenced without the lizards and kangaroos, and possibly in a different order. And there's several sections I've got throughout, such as idioms, things I've found, phrases that I think I like to keep. So along those lines, I decided to do some stationery shopping. So in this video, I will unbox all of the stationery supplies, or most of them, that I got just to redo this notebook. And of course, loving pens and paper, I actually got a lot of extra things as well that you will see. And you're about to have some gorgeous, beautiful, relaxing paper sounds. So before we start, I'll just give you a taste by showing you some of the tags and bits and pieces I saved from the unboxing. I saved these because they're all a coated card or paper, and one of them is a plastic packet, but they sound beautiful. Do you hear that? There's something very relaxing about the way that coated paper sounds. This one's from Stilo Stile. It's an Italian store in Rome. I've ordered some pens and ink from that place, and they've included their cards. And this one is another coated, shiny card. It's very shiny on one side and matte on the other. Just handling it is very tingly and relaxing, especially as we're going to be unboxing some of these things. But just pulling these little cards out of the box is very relaxing somehow. And it's that sound of the card stroking that paper this one came off the new moleskin notebook. It's an odd sort of coated matte finish on the outside and rough on the inside. Some beautiful, gorgeous paper sounds. And this one had a pen in it, but the cellophane packet makes this beautiful crackling noise. It's very crinkly, crackly cellophane, very thin. So that's some of the beautiful sounds that I've been enjoying while unboxing some of these for you. So I'll start with the notebooks. These ones, this one's a Rhodia. There's a pocket and bright yellow, orange, soft cover, elastic closure, and I thought that would be too small to accommodate what's in this notebook, because I want large pages for making lots of notes. And see if I can show you an example here. Well, of course there's this one that's really messy. Look at that. There's almost the whole page being used on some of these. So I thought it would be good to have nice big pages. So this one, which is exactly the same size and just like its predecessor, it's moleskin, soft cover with a pocket in the back and a nice elastic closure. And I've organised all of the sections in these notes here. So in another notebook that you will have seen on a previous video with this beautiful matte paper sound. So that's what I'm going to use as I redo the old notebook into a new, hopefully more organized and more easily referenced one. And now we will unbox a few more of the stationery items that I ordered. So you're in for some really relaxing, gorgeous paper sounds today. And then we will try out all of the pens that came, because like I needed another pen. I really didn't need another pen, but I can't help it. I love them. So we'll be looking at some of the pens. So make sure you're comfortable and cozy, and let's unbox some treats. first pen is for our study patrons, and I'm going to use these. Lovely little notes, and we're going to write with this very pretty pen. This beautiful shiny pattern with leaves and metallic sparkles and a spring ballpoint pen. It's black ink and very fine. And with this, we're going to thank our patrons this month in this study. And I'm going to try to do my best writing. Man. $1,000. Thank you. And David M. Thank you. And Pirate. Carrie. Thank you. And Romulus. Thank you. So many thanks to our generous and lovely patrons of the study, and thank you to everyone who is watching, to our subscribers, and all of our friends in the study. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click on the button. You know what to do. And you're always welcome here in the study. So, for trying out pens and testing them, I've got one of my favorite little notebooks. One that I unfortunately haven't been able to find any more of. It's Italian, Campo Marzio, Roma. So I should probably try that shop that sent the card from Rome. Maybe they have some. But this is the notebook that we've used before in the study to try out pens. And I keep this piece of tissue paper in it, sometimes as a blotter. Oh, you can hear an airplane going over. I don't think I'll cut that out this time. Let's just be a little bit natural in this video and let the sounds happen. They won't bother us here in the study. So I liked the sound that this crinkly tissue paper makes as well. And so I've kind of kept it in that notebook, the Campo Marzio notebook. that aside. And we've got our cahier d'exercice for handwriting. I could use that paper. I don't know if I will, because I don't know how nice my handwriting will look. Some days are better than others. But since this one's already started, I might just use this paper. Now our pens are this one. It's a brush sign pen. I liked the deep emerald color, but it's always difficult to judge a color online, what it's really going to be. But there you can see the tip. Look at that tip. So it makes, I'll do it over here until we can write something nice there. Thick and thin lines depending on the pressure. There, and you can see it almost a bit iridescent when it goes down, but then it dries into a very dull but very imperial green, as the Jacques Herbin ink would call it, I think. So we'll do a little bit of writing with that one. And I also wanted to show you this one. You can see inside that the ink tends to separate in the tube. Well, it's been lying at a little bit of an angle since I unpacked it. Well, since I played with it, as you can see here, there's some ink outside of the tube on the inside. It's, you could have seen when I unpacked it that the cap had come off in shipping, and got some ink on the little bear they included. The bear, mind you, has been requisitioned by my furry friend here, who's taken it as his own pet, and he's taking care of it, so I haven't taken it away from him. But this pen, while it has a beautiful color of ink, I'm not very impressed with its performance. It's got a very dysfunctional ballpoint, and I was trying to get it to write smoothly, because the ink tends to come out and then not, and come out and not, in globs. And I got ink everywhere, all over the desk and all over my fingers. So yeah, I'm not too fond of this pen at the moment, but I want to show you this beautiful sparkly green emerald ink. And as it dries there, it's kind of turquoisey, sparkly. It's a beautiful color, but it is an oil-based ink, and I don't normally work with them, mostly because they can make such a big mess, but it's a gorgeous color, isn't it? And last but not least, we have this lovely glass pen. So it's got a protector on it, on the tip. So this glass dip pen, and I was surprised at very affordable prices from Stationery Pal. And you can see all this glitter inside. Lovely little pen. So we'll write with that, and the ink I've picked for that is our favorite Jacques Herbin Diablo Mount. It's a it looks like a very light turquoisey from the bottle, but then when you get it out, it's a very light green. Almost like this eraser that you saw me unpack, the pastel cookie. I did try this eraser. I thought it was going to be a pretty good one because it sort of holds together, so it might be good for sketching. You've got these corners on it. See a nice little small area to erase, some points. So yeah. But that's sort of the color of our Diablo mint. Let's start writing. So we're going to start with, I think, our emerald brush sign pen, and I'm going to write a poem in German called Der Wald im Herbst, ein Ort der Entspannung und Fülle im faszinierenden Farbenspiel. The forest in the autumn, a place of relaxation and fulfillment, fascinating play of colors. It's a very easy pen to write with, and it seems to flow along the paper, which is nice. So let's try some small lettering. Bunt leuchtende Blätter, or colorful lit leaves, or bright colorful leaves. Yeah, that's better. I'm just translating off the cuff here, nothing poetic. Das Rascheln unter den Füßen, so the rustle under your feet. Herrlich. Klare Luft. So beautiful, clear air. Klare Luft mit einem unverkennbaren Geruch. A beautiful, clear air with a most recognizable scent, or one that cannot not be recognized. I'm trying different ways to write different letters here, just trying the pen out. Freude erwarten viele diese einzigartige Jahreszeit. with joy many of these unique things wait for this time of year. This time of year, die besonders im Wald, especially in the forest, ihre Pracht entfalten kann. Can show itself to its most glorious beauty, or especially, and that's our brush pen. You can see that's the everyday writing. I think it probably would be a good pen to actually do some calligraphy with. So if I were going to, what I started there is writing letters. So Jahreszeit, and we could do an S for Secret Scholar. So you can see we get some really nice thin and wide strokes with this one. But it dries out to a very subdued green that reminds me of the pines in the forest. It's a very foresty, the forest in the autumn. And in keeping with our unboxing theme today, you've seen this one unboxed in the study before, but I wanted to show you again this Vert Empire, this imperial green that this reminds me of. Oh, you can hear the ink in there. Makes a funny noise. So that's our Vert Empire. In fact, let's have a look at that. I'll get a different steel nib for this one. There we are. Very nice calligraphic one. And I'll try to subdue my talent for making big messes with ink. And finish off Scholar here. This one needs a lot of ink. Oh, look at that. That's my fault for not cleaning up the ink off the pen. So I'll just clean that up. There. I have to blot it off this paper fairly quickly because you can see it bleeds in this paper. It's a pleasure to write on this paper, but yes, it bleeds. So we'll try this again. Secret, and this green I think is less emerald than our brush pen. You can see it's more of a mossy ink color, perhaps like a fern. And I think we've tried this ink out before in the study. I don't need to do that so much because you can see where I spilled it. You can see the color of that. So there we have the Vert Empire. That is not part of the unboxing, but fun nonetheless. And true to form, I've got the ink everywhere. So, no disappointments there. So on with our poem. time for emerald blob pen. I think I'll definitely nickname this the blob pen. And cross our fingers that this will not make too big a mess. So, the forest in autumn. Bunt leuchtende Blätter, das Rascheln unter den Füßen, herrlich klare Luft mit einem unverkennbaren Geruch. Mit Freude erwarten viele diese einzigartige Jahreszeit, die besonders im Wald ihre Pracht entfalten kann. This unique, special time of year, die einzigartige Jahreszeit that we call autumn, or der Herbst. So we don't have much point to control with this pen. What comes out the way it is. So no control over the lines there. Der Herbst trinkt den Wald. In leuchtende Farben. The autumn bathes the forest in bright colors. Die wohltönt auf Körper und Geist. I really have to hold this right up straight to get some nice flow coming from this, but unlike a few days ago when I was trying to get the ink flowing, I'm not flinging it and making a big mess. Oh, I had ink everywhere. And don't forget the verb wirken. So these beautiful bright colors that do good or make you well in your body and mind and spirit. And kein Wunder, no wonder, dass viele Menschen besonders in diesen, and there goes the ink a little bit, Monaten, den Wald vermehrt. Für Ruhe und zur Regeneration aufsuchen. No wonder so many people, especially during these months, seek out the forest for quiet and calm and regeneration. Look at our shiny ink there. I almost feel like it's about to burst and make a mess again, but I think we got through that one. Look at the different colors. That's what I really love about this one. So gorgeous. Different angles. You look at the ink. It makes different colors and it's very sparkly as well. But just in case you're wondering, don't shake it up. It makes a big mess. Alright, let's continue with our Diabolo month. So our French ink and Japanese glass dip pen and our German poem. I'll put that over there. Do you like the sound? The beautiful sound, isn't it? I like the glass sound. Alright, so put that just there and clean that off a bit. I was a bit messy there. Let's continue in the forest. A little bit more. There we go. This makes a lovely sound. Der Herbstwald, and you can see this paper is just soaking that up. So probably should have used a better paper, but that's alright. Der Herbstwald, the autumn forest. It's very light, mit seinen wohlwollenden Farben. With its, what shall we say, calming, I think, well-intentioned colors. Oopsie. I'm not paying attention. Bietet uns, invites us, jedoch nicht nur Raum, so offers or invites us not only a place zur Erholung, for relaxing and recharging, sondern, but also schenkt uns auch eine üppige Vielfalt an Nahrung in Form von unlike a lot of glass pens, this one's actually got a flat tip. It's a blunt. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's a very blunt tip. And so we've got for Nüssen, and I'm going to come back to the end there. Nüssen, Beeren, nuts, berries, und Früchten and fruits. So das hinter. It's a beautiful, beautiful language here. Diese Kulisse. I'll read it as soon as I finish this writing. It's a beautiful color when it dries. It's sort of a light turquoise, but very light, and kind of reminds me more of summer than autumn, but I thought it went very well with this little glass dip pen. So hinter den Kulissen der Ruhe, beautiful word there, Ruhe, quiet or peace, Ruhe, ein Waldbewohner. Inhabitants of the forest. Herrscht. Beautiful. And just clean off that so we can see that. So we have der Herbstwald mit seinen wohlwollenden Farben bietet uns jedoch nicht nur Raum zur Erholung, sondern schenkt uns auch eine üppige Vielfalt an Nahrung in Form von Nüssen, Beeren und Früchten, so dass hinter dieser Kulisse der Ruhe ein reges Treiben vieler Waldbewohner herrscht. So we'll loosely translate, a bit poetically perhaps, this autumn forest with its gorgeous colours. It's got a very peaceful feel to it. And it offers us not only a space to enjoy and restore the spirit, but also it gives us a plethora of nourishment in the form of nuts, berries, and fruits, so that behind this curtain of peace are many very busy forest dwellers getting ready for the winter. So those, my friends, are our new pens. All the colours and a bit of ink everywhere. But I do hope you enjoyed the sounds and the visuals as well. You can see all of our lovely implements in the study with which we've played over the years here. And I'll just put a few more things from our box there for the colour. Come again whenever you need a curtain of peace behind which to hide, to relax, refresh, and spoil your imagination. Be good to yourself. Be kind to others. And be extraordinary.